MCAS number 6 Academy Online. This is for question number 10. This is your open response question. Again, this video is a little bit longer than the others. All right, so this question actually has to do with probability over again, and it says how many different orders are possible. Well, that's basically asking how many combinations are there for a family of 4 that is made up of boys and girls. So again, this is very similar to that number question 6 about Ted and Sue picking numbers. So we have events. And in life, this is a big event, having a child. So this family had 4 events when it comes to children. So again, remembering back to that 8 and 9, we had 3 columns because there were 3 events Sue was doing. In this one, we're going to have 4 columns because this family had 4 children, 4 events. So again, we started a single point. The first event was their first child, boy or girl. Then, if they already had a boy and they had a next child, their second event. Again, we break this, guys, into 2. They can have a boy or girl. Same thing here, break it into 2, boy or girl. That's saying that they only had 2 children. Some of you only have a brother or a sister. So that's a 2-child family. How many options are there? 4. But this family is bigger. They had a third event. They chose to have a third child. Now you got to break each branch again into boys and girls. Now, this is why I asked for a family of 4 and not a family of 8. Because can you imagine what this tree diagram would look like if you had to do 8 columns or break each of these branches 8 times? That gets really, really large. So I just stopped it at 4 children. So again, okay, I just completed my third event. If you read this one, boy, boy, boy. I didn't have that 4th child yet, so I still need to have that 4th child. So then I have to break each of these into 2. Do you see how big this tree diagram is getting? And the reason why is because it's showing you all those possibilities. And in the end, I'm just going to throw in all the B's and G's because if every branch leads to a boy or a girl, or every child's being born, which we're considering the event in this probability case, is another child being born. So that's what my final outcome. And now I do the same thing I did for question 8. I read off my branches and I list my boys and my girls. So if I did that and I read down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, there are 16 possible outcomes for families that have 4 children in the order, the possible different orders. And it says name each one. So you're going to take the time and read it off like we showed the chart of the 8s and 9s. You're going to show the chart of the boys and girls. So it's going to be boy, boy, boy. Next one is boy, 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 girl. And you're going to keep going and show me all 16 because those 16 are going to help us and lead us into the correct answer for part B and part C of this. All right, so for my last question, all I did was I took the tree diagram from my last page and I listed all of those 16 options. And then I just cut and pasted them and listed all the 16. Instead of going back and forth to the slides, I just read off my tree diagram. Again, if you forget how to read off a tree diagram, go back to question 6 because I showed you there how to read off the tree diagram. And you can use that knowledge again for part B of number 10. So here are all my 16 options. And naming them, I just did B for boys and G for girls. So it says, what's the probability that there'll be a boy in the middle? So probability is a fraction. It's out of possible outcomes. So I know my denominator is out of the total, which is 16 options. And I just have to figure out how many options actually have a boy in the middle. So in the original prompt, it says there are 2 in the middle. So I'm assuming the 2 in the middle are in middle school. So I'm just going to focus in on my 16 options, but I'm just going to look at those middle 2. So I have to search for a boy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, no, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, no. So that means I have 12 options out of 16 for a boy to be in the middle. But is that an acceptable fraction? And hopefully you're saying no. So then I'm going to simplify that 12/16. Common factor is 4, so I'm going to simplify that down to 3/4. So that's a pretty good chance. You have a 3/4 chance probability, or you could say a 75% chance to have a boy next door that's in the middle school. So you would have to explain how you found your answer. Just explain with a couple sentences. I listed all of my 16 possible options, and I searched for the middle two to be a boy. I found that 12 out of those 16 options were boys in the middle, and that fraction simplifies to 3/4. That's all you need for a quick explanation. Moving on to part C. What's the probability? Here we go again. So we're in a fraction world, that there'll be one girl. Well, we do the same thing we did before, but we're just in search of one girl. So I don't have to focus anywhere, just as a general look. So this family has one girl. This family has one girl. No. This family has one girl. Two girls, three girls. Up, here's another single girl. Two girls, three girls. 2, 3, 3, 4. So that's that slim chance that all 4 of them are going to be girls. So how many do I have? Remember, you have a possibility of 16. And in my 16 options, I only have 4 that have a single girl in that family of 4. So again, is this a fraction that is acceptable to write as your final answer? No, it's not simplified. You're going to simplify that answer, and it's a factor of 4. That's in common. So this is going to simplify to 1/4. So again, it says explain. So you listed all 16 options. I searched through the 16 options to find the ones that had only a single girl in them. I found 4 of those out of the possible 16. So the probability that there'll be one girl in the family is 1/4. You could have already also said 25% chance. You have to make sure you put that 25% chance in there for one girl. So hopefully you have a little bit better understanding of tree diagrams and listing the possible outcomes and then searching through those possible outcomes to answer the prompt at hand. So hopefully that went well, and on to the next MCAS Academy.